And so what are some different areas, and you've talked about several, but what are some different areas that different sizes of businesses should be looking at? Man, we should be implementing AI to help us be faster and better at blank.
Yeah. And see, this is, I think, where that experimentation could really help, right? Because you're right. The obvious examples are, let's use it to make content, right? Because at the end of the day, these tools, most of them are very textual oriented. So the creation of text is pretty self-evident. But it doesn't have to be necessarily text for, blog posts or social media posts. That text can be used in a lot of circumstances. And one great example is just analyzing and summarizing information, right? These, at the core, all of these AIs that we're talking about, these LLMs specifically, they operate on probabilities, right? And they look for occurrences and patterns and things, and then amplify and regurgitate those, right? And by leaning into that, right, what you can do is you can take, say you've got a bunch of reports, right? Your business operates on a bunch of PDFs. They come from various systems or departments. And then part of your job is to summarize those into some other master report that goes out to investors or a board, or just comes up in your C-suite or whatever. You could do all of those manually, or you could upload those into the system and then have it help you synthesize that data, right? Now, is that an end-all be-all? No, right? Can it make mistakes? Sure. But by doing that and experimenting with that, you can then start to see how this doesn't just have to go make new content when nothing existed. And in fact, in those circumstances, it perhaps behaves worse because you're not giving it any input. You're just saying, go make up things.
Yeah.
But in that scenario, what you're doing is you're giving it a whole bunch of hard facts, and you're asking the system to find statistical probabilities that are likely to follow that. Words, in this case, that are likely to follow along with the other words and data that you gave it. And in those senses, you can use this to create voices or insights into data where previously there wasn't really an easy way for these smaller to medium-sized businesses to add voices to their processes, to their data, to their systems.